A sweeping revolution is one way of describing current American culture as our social mores and politics are changing rapidly. For the Christian, this represents a unique challenge because we shouldn't embrace the shiny new culture or the moribund old one. If we pick cultural sides, we may end up dead in the middle of the road like Amasa, 2 Samuel 20 verses 10 through 12, or with our head chopped off like Sheba, 2 Samuel 20 verse 22. Today's Morning Minute in the Bible on Throwback Thursday examines how Christians should go about changing culture. Stuff About Things by Robert Turner from Plain Talk Magazine, September 1964. In Christ's time, slavery was a common thing. The early church contained both masters, owners, and slaves, chattel property. Paul sent a Christian slave home to his Christian master, Philemon verses 8 through 19. And Peter taught slaves to respect and obey even the froward master, 1 Peter 2 verse 18. Yet, in God's sight, the soul of the slave was as important as that of any person, Ephesians 6 verse 9. And Christians were taught to treat all alike, James 2 verses 1 and following. But the organized church was not taught to lobby against slavery as a social order, nor to revolt against a government that allowed it, 1 Peter 2 verses 13 and following. The divine institution has a spiritual mission, that of worshiping God and bringing lost souls to Him, and its resources must not be prostituted to temporal matters. Instead, as the cited passages show, the doctrine of Christ abolishes slavery by its leavening influence, as it teaches men human dignity, Hebrews 2 verses 6 and following, and our equal kinship to the Creator, Acts 17 verse 26. As true Christianity spreads, its followers learn and appreciate the brotherhood of man and are freed of racial prejudices. We seek to better understand our neighbors and how to treat them. This is Christ-like character, and it develops and matures in the very nature of man as we individually put on Christ. Philippians 2 verses 5 and following, and chapter 3 verses 12 through 15. Character cannot be legislated into being, nor have congregations any business trying, by political or other carnal means, to force men to conform to Christ's law. The gospel is the power of God unto salvation, Romans 1:16, not Uncle Sam's long arm. As the gospel of Christ is taught, each individual Christian, as a citizen, will put its principles to work in civic, social, and economic affairs. He will pay taxes, respect authority, Romans 13 verses 5 and following, and in a republic such as ours, cast his vote for equity and justice. The church, as such, teaches and nourishes character. If those who are members participate in social injustices and racial hatreds, it is because the church has done a poor job of teaching Christ and exercising discipline. As the church fails the man fails society and the state. More directly, today's weakness is in the individual who claims to be a Christian, but acts like a heathen. Robert's message rings true today, almost 60 years later. Will we ever learn to keep the church out of politics? By the way, that means all of us, whether we consider ourselves liberals, moderates, or conservatives. Thank you for watching Morning Minutes in the Bible on Throwback Thursday. Until next time, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.